Hi, in this video, let us see about Indian Express newspaper, March 12. COVID lockdown hit MSME hardest and their bad loans spiked 20,000 crore in 2020-2021. Gross non-performing asset of MSME, that is NPA, or loans defaulted by these enterprises rose by 20,000 crore to 1,65,732 crore as of September 2021. This was in news. MSME bad loans on September 2021, that is 9.6 ratio. A loan turns into a non-performing asset when the principal or interest becomes overdue after 90 days. That is a non-performing asset. Okay. The rise in bad loan happened even after RBI announced 4 loan restructuring schemes for MSME in January 2019, February 2020, August 2020, and May 2021. Many micro, small, and medium companies could not benefit from the many packages and schemes announced to alleviate the COVID-19 shock, while big companies could tap into liberal credit line offered by bank. Many MSME couldn't and defaulted on loans. What this article talks about the MSME and its default of loan that is happening to rise. That is what we are seeing in this article. COVID lockdown had also make the situation for MSME the hardest. A spike of the loan happened from 20,000 crore to 1,65,000. 732 crore as of September 2021, and the loan turns into a non-performing asset when the principal amount principal amount or interest becomes overdue after 90 days. This is what the article talks about. Next one is malfunction send missile to Pakistan, will probe India. What is this all about? India acknowledged Friday that technical malfunction happened that led to the accident firing of missile happened, in which the Pakistan said landed on 124 kilometer deep inside its territory Wednesday. This is the Indian territory. This is Mian Chano is a Pakistan's territory where the missile fired from Sirsa goes into the Mian Chano. Next one is on March 9, 2022, in the course of routine maintenance, technical malfunction led to the accidental firing of missile. The government of India has taken serious view, ordered a high-level court of inquiry. Okay. Next article that we are going to see is continuation of the first article. That is micro and small and company could not benefited from many package and scheme announced to alleviate the COVID-19 shock. That's continuation is, according to RBI definition, micro unit investment should not exceed 1 crore and turnover 5 crore. Small units investment should not exceed 10 crore and turnover rupees 50 crore. Medium enterprise investment should not more than 50 crore and turnover 250 crore. Okay, the government announced introduced several measures like to revive some activities like emergency credit line guarantee scheme, which provide 3 lakh crore of unsecured loan to MSME and businesses. Though it's given, the lockdown had made a hardest hit to the MSME sector. While seeing this classification, what happening is also RBI also extended the scheme of one-time restructuring of loan to MSME without a asset classification downgrade and permitted bank leading to NBFCs for on lending to agriculture, MSME, and housing to be classified as priority sector lending. Banking sources said that restructuring schemes packages did not benefit thousands of units which are already in default. This is because to be eligible under emergency credit line guarantee scheme, Borrower accounts were to be less than or equal to 60 days due as on February 29, 2020. This is what the article talks about. Next one is Kerala High Court allows abortion to 31 weeks pregnant minor. What the article is all about is the provisions of amendment to the Medical Termination of Pregnancy Bill to 1971. Okay. Next one, Chardam project. Supreme Court names its former judge as Chardam project panel head. Sikri AK Justice AK Sikri to take over as chairman of the high-powered committee constituted by it to consider the cumulative and independent impact of the Chardam Mahamarg Vikas Pariyojana, that is Chardam Highway Development Project, on the entire Himalayan Valley. The project envisages construction of 900 km road to provide all-weather connectivity to 4 holy towns, that is Yamunotri, Gangotri, Kedarnath and Badrinath. Integrate NIA, CBI, NCB data with CCTNs. What is the article talks about is the linking of integration of crime and criminal tracking network system with central agencies like CBI, NIA and NCB currently connects all police stations in the country, which currently CCTNs, which currently connects all police stations in the country. This is what the article talks about. As many as 16,390 police stations in the country have been connected to the CCTNs, but central agencies such as CBI, NCB, NIA are still not connected with it. Next article we are seeing is Putin says positive development in talks as his troops widen offensive in Ukraine. Russian attack halt half of the world's neon output for chips. That is what what's the article is all about is Ukraine's two leading supply of neon, which produces half of the world's supply of the key ingredients for making chips, have halted their operation as Moscow has sharpened its attack on the country, threatening to raise the price and aggravate the semiconductor shortage. Some of 45% to 52% of the world's semiconductor grade neon, critical for laser used to make chips, comes from two Ukrainian companies, that is Ingas and Crayon. Global neon consumption for chip production reached about 540 metric tons last year. Next, China amplifies the Russian claim of Ukrainian biolabs. As China intensifies its assault on Ukraine, it is getting help from China in spreading inflammatory and unsubstantiated claims that US is financing biological weapons lab in Ukraine. A country called Moldova, separatist-controlled Transnistria region, Moldova. Okay, the Russian troops are Moldova border got Czech refugees fleeing neighboring Ukraine at the border crossing Planka, Moldova on Friday. US to strip Russia of permanent trade status. The move, which could be taken in concert with a group of 7 countries, which allow the countries to raise the tariff on Russian goods and would deny the Russia the ability to borrow money from the multilateral institutions like IMF and World Bank. Biden also said he planned to sign an executive order on Friday that would ban certain imports from Russian economy, including seafood, vodka, non-industrial diamonds. This would deny the Russia more than $1 billion in export revenues. President also plans to bar the American export of luxury items to Russia, including high-end watches, luxury vehicles, alcohol, jewelry, apparels, and items that amount to $550 billion per year. New US investment into other sectors of Russian economy beyond the existing ban on such investment in Russian energy. Each country will follow their own domestic process to make the change, the administration said. The European Union will be required to consult with its neighbor countries. Canada announced last week that it would withdraw most favored nation tariff for both Russia and Belarus, a close Russian ally. The expert says U.S. Decision to change the trade status. U.S.'s decision to change the Russia's trade status is more symbolic move, not an attempt to make further dent in the Russian economy. New step announced by Biden on Friday will have a little economic impact on Russia, especially when compared to sweeping sanctions already announced by the US, expert says. This is because Russia is anyway or not one of the major supplier of goods to US. However, the move doesn't put Russia in the same category as countries like Cuba and North Korea in not having normal trade relation with US. When missile misfires, India and Pakistan have to inform each other about such tests? Yes, under pre-notification of flight testing of ballistic missile agreement signed in 2005, each country must provide the other an advance notification on flight test it intends to take for any land or sea launch, surface to surface ballistic missile. Before the test, the country must issue the notice to air mission, that is NOTAM, or navigation warning to alert the aviation pilots and seafarers respectively. Also, testing country must ensure that launch site is not within 40 km and planned impact area is not within 70 km of either international boundary or line of control. The planned trajectory should not cross the international border or line of control and must maintain a horizontal distance of at least 40 km from the border. What kind of missile was it? Some experts have speculated that it was a test of India's top missile, that is BrahMos, jointly developed with Russia. BrahMos has top speed of Mach 3, range around 290 km, cruise altitude of 15 km. BrahMos can be fired from anywhere, is nuclear capable and can carry warhead of 200 to 300 kg. So sources said some of the assets of the Strategic Forces Command, which is responsible for the India's nuclear arsenal. Why did Pakistan not bring it down? Pakistani territory and violated Pakistan airspace, ultimately falling near Mian Chanu. It stated that Pakistani Air Force initiated the requisite tactical actions in accordance with the standard operating procedures and continuously kept monitoring it, and soon it turned towards Pakistan territory. But during this time, it did not intercept the incoming missile, which was unarmed. Next article is RBI payment service for future phones. It's all about unified payment system, payment interface, that is UPI. UPI services, which was limited to smartphones so far, will now be available for featured phones without an internet connection, courtesy the RBI's UPI 123 Pay. Service is expected to benefit 40 crore featured phones users and increase the digital financial inclusion, especially in rural India. The initiative is envisioned to accelerate the process of digital adoption in India by creating a richer and inclusive ecosystem that can accommodate large sections of the population. Offering of National Payment Corporation of India is limited to internet-enabled smartphones. NCPA is limited to internet-enabled smartphones only. Okay. This point towards the trend of UPI being mostly used for smaller retail transactions. Making the service available on feature phones without an internet connection could help it penetrate rural areas of the country, enhancing financial inclusion and digital adoption, which also driving the volume of payments on the platform. This move is designed to increase the digital penetration of financial service and help the people at the bottom of the pyramid who cannot afford smartphones to participate in UPI transaction. How it works? UPI 123 Pay can be accessed and used in three different ways: calling an interactive voice response number, that is IVR, using an app in a featured phone, and or taking a missed call based approach. This missed call feature could allow the phone to access their bank account and perform routine transactions such as receiving or transferring funds, regular purchases, and bill payments. A user has to send a missed call to the number displayed at the merchant outlet, and will then receive an incoming call to authenticate the transaction by entering the UPI PIN. The scan and pay function of UPI available on smartphone is not an UPI 123 Pay. Although UPI is alternatively assessed through National Unified USSD platform using the code star 99 hash, the process has not seen as uptick in adoption and popularity. However, UPI 123 Pay would reach 40 crore featured phones users in the country. RBI estimates that overall volume of UPI will touch 100 crore soon, and UPI 123 Pay could play a significant part in it. That's all about that article. Next one is plan for the hills. What the article is talking us about Uttarakhand's new government must fix the state's lopsided development. However, development trajectory is marked by widening the disparity between the hill and plain areas of the state. The per capita income in the hill region is less than half of the three plain districts. This is largely due to the over concentration of economic opportunity and quality social infrastructure, particularly healthcare services in the plains. Out migration from the hill areas continues unabated despite the creation of Migration Commission. Main reason for out migration: lack of employment opportunity, quality education, and health facilities have not been addressed. This will only be possible by permanently shifting the capital to Garrison. That's a long pending public demand. Tribals in South Gujarat protest river linking plan, that is about Tapi Par Narmata river linking project. Against it, the protest is happening. Par Tapi Narmada link project to transfer water from water surplus region of Western Ghats to water deficit region of Saurashtra and Kutch through the Sardar Sarovar project. The water is proposed to be taken from 7 reservoirs through the 395 kilometer canal. MOD identifies 18 projects for indigenous protection. Ministry of Defense identifies 18 projects for indigenous protection. The Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has identified 18 major platforms that will be designed and developed by the industry through various routes. Under the Defense Acquisition Procedure 2020, the projects involving design and development of equipments, systems, major platforms, or upgrades of industry can be taken up under Make One Sub. As per the Defense Ministry, will provide the financial support up to 70% of the total cost of the prototype development. Under the special purpose vehicle models, private industry will be encouraged to take up the decision and development of military platforms and equipments in collaboration with DRDO and other organizations for long range unmanned aerial vehicle, that is a high altitude long endurance HAIL and Indian multi-role helicopter. The government will encourage the startup and MSME involved in high-end innovation to work on low orbit pseudo satellites. That's all.